Welcome to another episode of Manly Challenge. Alright, normally on this show I'll do something crazy, like I'll eat a ghost pepper, or I'll shave my legs. I've actually ever done that, but that's just an example. But anyways, for this particular episode I wanted to do something different. I wanted a more emotionally charged episode. And, people have mentioned that being manly doesn't necessarily just mean being tough. It means just trying to be a good person and do the right thing. So for this episode, I wanted to go over 7 virtues that I think that every person should have. And don't worry, we're going to go back to doing challenges here soon. But I just wanted to take a break from that and just share all these virtues that have personally helped me through my own life. So anyways, here they are. Number 7, believe. I believe that the problem with people today is that they just don't believe in things anymore. And they don't believe in being able to do impossible things. You know, back in the day when Orville and Wilbur Wright were about to fly, all the scientists out there said, no, it's simply not possible, you can't make a craft fly up in the sky, and to a degree they kind of had a point when you think about it. How could a big, heavy contraption fly in the air? Even one of the Wright brothers themselves said that we wouldn't be able to fly for another 50 years, but just a few months later, they were up in the sky. And back in the day when cloning was just becoming something new, people said you couldn't clone a mammal or a sheep. But then, they did it, you know? Nothing is impossible. Maybe some things are more unlikely than other things. But nothing can't be done. And as a person, you should believe in the impossible. Believe that you can achieve anything. Because you never know, you might be able to do it. And don't let anyone say that you can't do anything. You can stop global warming if you want to. You can save the world. You can do anything you set your mind to. Even impossible things like be Batman. You can be Batman if you want to be, by God. I assure you of that. So, number 6. Number 6 is mercy. Try to be... I think that the big problem with the world today, and this is a huge problem that I've noticed all the time, is that people just aren't willing to forgive each other for things. You know, everyone has become so finicky about every little single thing. You know, if one of your buttons is unbuttoned from your shirt, everyone just goes crazy about it, you know? If your hair is sticking a little bit up on your head. And as humanity, I would strongly suggest for you all just to relax. And if you see me having something like that, just let it go. It's okay. We'll all live. Tomorrow morning, you're not going to remember the guy that had one of his buttons unbuttoned from his shirt. You know, just be polite for people and give people the benefit of the doubt. He probably just didn't realize it. Just don't say anything, you know? Just relax. Live your life. And I think as a species, if we didn't care about stuff so much, it would be such a better world, you know? No one would care whether you were black or white, or no one would care what religion you are. We as a species need to quit caring about every little single thing, and stop being so finicky, and just show people mercy, and pity people, you know? Just let it go, and forgive too, you know? Just forgive. Mercy and forgiveness. So that's number 6. 5 is honesty. And this is something I really try to follow in my own life. Try to tell the truth, you know? Be honest with people. Don't sugarcoat things. I'll admit I'm a little bit of a sugarcoater. I'll give people, the benefit of the doubt. Try to say, hey, everything's fine. It's not a trait that I'm proud of. But just try to tell the truth. I know there are some circumstances when maybe it's just best to lie. But for the majority of the time, you know, just try to be honest. I mean, there are exceptions to every rule, but, 90% of the time, honesty is in fact the best policy. So that is number 5. Okay, number 4 is perseverance. And, this basically just means being a hard worker and not giving up when things get to be too hard. Because if you just keep working on something, you're sure to get it right eventually. And just work at something, and eventually you're probably going to get good at it. If you do it enough. Maybe you have to do it 1,001 times, but eventually you're going to get it right. And, I would have put this even higher on the list, but I feel like there is more important things than just being a hard worker. There are even truer values than that, but I won't deny that being a hard worker is very important, especially if we as a society want to make a life for ourselves and for future generations. And, in my life, I try to be the best possible person I can be, as athletic as I can be, as wise as I can be, as nice as I possibly can be. And I really do believe that in life, you should try to be the best possible person you can, because I'm sure that each and every one of you out there can achieve it, if you just believe in it and just persevere. So, number 3. Number 3 is trust. Just, I think a big problem with this world today is that people don't trust each other anymore. Maybe that was the same back in the 1960s or the 1950s. Maybe people didn't trust each other even back then. But, I do think you need to try and trust people in this world. Especially people that, have honorable values, that are trying to do what's right. And, if you don't trust anyone, you're going to live your life pretty much alone. So do put your trust in people, and when people make you a promise, try to believe them. I don't think you can go wrong if you trust people, is the honest truth of the matter. And, you might be surprised that when you put your trust in someone, that oftentimes they do in fact deliver. So that's number 3. I'm going to have to hurry because my phone keeps falling over. And that's just something that's going to happen. But come on, we're all friends here, who cares? A little shaky camera, it doesn't matter. It doesn't take away from the true values that are going on in this show, the true honesty that we're bringing forth to the table, and that people need to believe in, that they're refusing to, and I'm going to bring for you. So, number 2 is honor. And I think this is an important concept that we all need to strive for. It is said that chivalry is dead, and that might be true, but I think you do need to try and have honor, and whether that's honor for your country or honor for another person, you should try to stay true to your own values. And I think that's one of my biggest weaknesses, personally. I consider my honor to often get me in trouble in life, and it has. It really has gotten me in more trouble than anything else. I've been too honorable to do certain things, and that has actually weakened my life. But I don't care, because at least I can still have my honor and still keep going, And when I look back, I can still have a little bit of pride in myself. So, whether it ends up ruining your life or making your life better, I do believe it is important to have honor. The number one thing that a person needs if they're going to make it through life, in my own personal opinion, is courage. Simply be brave. And, if you're going to face your greatest struggle, if you're going to face your darkest fear, simply just be courageous, meet the challenge head on. Live a life of adventure. Don't be afraid to live your life, basically. And, being brave is different from being stupid. For instance, you don't want to go up against, if you went back in time and you're with your friend Marty McFly, and all you have is a toothpick, and you meet a dinosaur, it's not wise to go up against the dinosaur. Don't do that, But at the same time, it's better to be remembered for being too courageous than for being too much of a coward. That looks way better on your tombstone. But, just try to pick your battles wisely, but try to be as courageous as you can, is what I'll say. And also, I think personally that being courageous means being courageous for the right reasons. True courage is doing what is right. And I don't believe people that say that even being evil you can be very courageous to do something evil. I think that is cowardice. To do something evil is cowardice, but to do something that is right, that is courage. And that's just my own personal belief. So anyways, it's easy to be a coward, but it takes true courage to be a hero. And those are my 7 virtues that I wanted to share with you all. So anyways, just do your best in life to make it through it, and be brave.